You're with Newsmakers on the panel, Ellie Jones, Joe Kane and Jamie Gough. Is the Christchurch City Council dragging the chain on heritage protection in suburbia? Hawkesbury Ave's Catherine McLean has had a gutsful of the fiddling Neros in Chewham Street and is taking her case to Wellington, to the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment. Heritage protection was a priority issue for Mayor Bob Parker during the campaign trail. Has the council failed to deliver? Jamie?
Heritage is a catch-22. If anyone that's involved in property, and we've got a few properties and invest in that, and the standing joke is you never buy a heritage building because it's a white elephant, you can't do anything with it. And that's the sort of mentality that we need to change, and that will be done by addressing heritage and potentially putting more dollars into it, because you really need to incentivise people to buy heritage and to retain it and enhance it. And I don't think that those incentives are in place. So I don't think we've got it quite right. And you read in the paper the other day saying that we spend more than any other local authority on heritage. That's all well and good, but if you're not getting the desired result, what's the bloody point?
You see, I'm intrigued by the comparison with Auckland, which isn't really a city we would normally associate with things heritage. But Mayor Banks successfully brokered an agreement last year which has safeguarded over 4,000 heritage homes in the eastern suburbs, the leafy suburbs of Remmers and Parnell in Auckland. Take Maryvale, which has been raped and pillaged in recent years. We've only got, what, 200 houses listed in our city plan? It's appalling, isn't it?
One of the reasons is, of course, developer contributions would be severely affected if you started saying to developers, despite Bob Parker saying to me during the week that developers are now actually starting to see the value in heritage buildings. I find that really hard to believe. If you've got a house stuck in the middle of a section, and that's where a lot of these houses are, ours is like that, so you've got land out the back, you've got land out the front, you can't move it, you bulldoze it and you build on the site. So I think the council is perhaps slow to move because they know it will affect their revenue as far as developers' contributions go. I also have a bigger issue. This is a part of a bigger issue with the city plan in general. And I think that when you've got the Queenstown District Council, the Lakes District Council, not worried about someone buying up Dave Henderson's failed development down there because their plan is robust enough that they will protect, it will be protected what goes on there. Whereas in Christchurch, what do? We spend $18 million on buying up buildings because we haven't got a robust enough city plan to protect the land.
I was down in Queenstown a couple of weeks ago, and if you've got to take your hat off to their city council down there, because that is the strength in their city plan. Even the crap places look brilliant. You have a petrol station with beautiful stonework and everything like that. Yes. And I think that's the key message there, is we've got a city plan. That's what needs to be strengthened. All right. It's not buying up holes in the ground in places to stop. And
they've got to move on it. This was voted 10 years ago. They've got to start moving on it.
Quick comment, Joe?
Oh, I've never forgiven them since United Service Hotel got pulled down. So,
was that your local?
It was. Put at the bank.
Now, in the past 24 hours, the rumour mill has been galvanised by news reports that a major entertainer has pleaded guilty in court to a serious criminal charge. The details of the case, the offence, let alone his identity, have all been suppressed. The man will be sentenced in late October. He has pleaded guilty to a serious charge. Given he has pleaded guilty, is it absolutely ridiculous for the court to be shielding his identity? Quick whip around, what do you think?
Absolutely. Tony Veach, same.
Exactly.
Jamie?
Well, it shows what gossip mongers we are, because as soon as I actually saw that we're going to be talking about that, I needed to know who it was. I must know. I need to find this out. Look, this is the process, and obviously his lawyer has organised that it will come out. What's the difference if we find out today or tomorrow?
Well, I thought it was Mike, and that's why it's important. Everyone else
for our safety on appearing on the show.
Absolutely.
I'd like to know it's not me as well, actually.
Yes.
I think it's because that's
There's a huge lack of inconsistency here, but one thing we've got to remember too is we are not privy to all of the issues related to this case. Okay, now I'm not trying to defend it because I agree with you, Joe. There's huge inconsistencies. Tony Veach, look at that. But we do not know the whole story.
All right, there you go. I've got about 60 seconds on the clock for a quick whip around. High flyers and low riders of the week. Who wets your whistle? Councillor Kane?
The villain was talk host Ellie Jones. Absolutely beat up of ECan on the air plan, but she went to the hero today because she brought in staff that actually explained to her audience what ECan's air plan
And they
was all
didn't
about.
convince the audience. Oh, I'm sorry.
You missed that bit, didn't you?
Jamie?
I would give my thumbs up of the week to the Muff girl who saved the road, Muff Road, because council's actually voted to have that retained. She's 15, little Miss Muffet, who saved the road, and many more future Muffs will be able to enjoy the road of the Muff, and it will continue.
This is progress.
The
Yes.
road of muck.
Good
Thank you,
on her.
Jamie.
Yeah,
Students
great.
will love it as well. There's many more signs to be nicked now for many years to
Definitely.
come.
To people
15
who are-
seconds.
Thumbs up to people who are positive, and the weather is fabulous. Thumbs down to negative people in the grey old weather and the rain.
Yes.
Oh, good call. Good
Yes.
Gosh,
Bring
Now,
on summer.
the pick of the week. We've got a kooky woo-woo kind of image to show you this week, ladies and
what?
gentlemen. A woo-woo image, Ellie. It's called pet art, and this is one of the greatest crazes sweeping the world, apparently. You go to a creative groomer to give your animal a bit of a zhuzh up, and then you enter it in a grooming show. Now, this
Do they do-
is
do they-
actually a poodle that was transformed at the
my
Holland
goodness.
Creative
no,
Grooming
sick.
Show to look like a panda.
No. But they could do something with me.
Yes, they could, Joe. We'll experiment over the weekend. It might
No,
help
I'm
your
not
chairmanship chances. Do not try this at home with your retriever, by the way. Now, I've got the Newsmakers poll to get to. Last week's question, should part charges apply to ACC physio? What a polariser, 53-47. The yeses have it. The prize winner D take. This week's question, should teachers be encouraged to text message their students? Speaking of all things woo-woo, yes or no? What do you think? Email newsmakers@ctv.co.nz. You can vote on the web, mikeyardley.com, or post to PO Box 1100 Christchurch. You'll be in to win the Whitcoulls gift card and the McDonald's vouchers. Thank you very much to our panel, Joe Kane, and we will follow the next week in 2 or 3 and 4 with most interest. Jamie Gough and
Mike.
Ellie Jones.
Thanks, Mike.
On Tuesday, by the way, the Energy Minister, Jerry Brownlee, is with us for a Newsmakers Extra to talk about his review into power prices and other energy issues. Should be interesting. Have a great weekend. Good night.